Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to New Line Cagefighting 23. My name's Elijah Thacker. I'm here alongside Colin Caprini, the outside dog. How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. I'm looking forward to a night of kickboxing fights.
Yeah, our first
beautiful new ring.
First all kickboxing card in the shiny, brand spanking new ring. And we see Keith No stepping into it to make our beginning announcements here for the evening. Tonight we will be Whoa.
NLC Fight Night 23. We appreciate everybody coming out tonight. 8 fights on the card. We had 9 earlier, one guy didn't make it. So, first, let's introduce today's officials. So the ringside position is Dante Ortega. Referee tonight for all of your bouts, Matt Jones. Timekeeper, Mike Wells. Judges, Dave Frenzen, Doug Robinson, and Eric Bullock. And today's bout assistant, Tristan Davis. This time, I'd like to ask everybody to stand for the playing of the national anthem. And I don't see a flag. Oh, doctor, we got a flag. All right.
Going to the same.
Hip DJ.
That was the most interesting national anthem I've ever observed.
I loved it. I think we should bring him back for every event.
We got to get him to do that next time, yeah.
He's probably going to
You know, he's the hero that we didn't know we needed. There was no flag in the room, and he pulled through our ringside physicians.
Stood tall and proud so we could all see him.
That's why I love America.
Excited to see referee Matt Jones in the ring here again tonight. He's one of my favorite, especially the local referees. Excellent
Matt Jones does a hell of a job. And, you know, talking to him before some of these cards, he works really hard at his craft. He's constantly studying, constantly going to new camps, learning more about the sport. I really respect that in a referee.
Well, and Elijah, after that last card that you and I did, there was that one kind of controversial knockdown right at the end of the first round. I saw Matt maybe 2 weeks later at a different event, and the first thing he did was come to me and ask me if I thought that was a good call or if I thought it was had happened during the round. So, I mean, that's a guy who cares about his job, right?
He wants to do it right. He takes it very seriously. He realizes that, you know, these fighter safety's in his hands, and I really respect that guy. One of the best refs in the business, especially on the regional scene. So, stepping into the ring, we have Adam Moore from Zanesville, Ohio. Adam's a guy I've known for a couple of years, and you know he's always posting these videos, training from home, constantly hungry, talking about his comeback into the sport. And here he is. He's making his kickboxing debut here against a very tough opponent. And Adam is coached by Larry Barker there in Zanesville. We see him helping Adam through the ropes.
He's got on the Tiger Muay Thai shorts.
You can tell this guy, just from knowing him through social media, he's a huge fan of the sport. Really, really student of the game. Now we're going to see what he's got. And coming to the ring next will be Nate Turpin. Nate Turpin's a guy who's got a really, really inspirational story. He's lost 100 pounds since he started training about a year ago, I believe. And he got into the sport. He said when his father died, he just got into the UFC video game. And he said after his dad died, it was the only thing that made him happy was playing UFC. And he said just something about it, gave him some peace after going through that hard time. And he's like, I want to try this. He got a flat tire one day driving with his friend, and these guys pulled up to help, and it just happened to be an MMA fighter out of Kentucky. And he was like, this is fate. Started training with Harry Hunsucker at Hurricane MMA. And Harry, UFC veteran, very tough guy, I know well, one of the nicest guys in the sport. I think he's trained at 4 seasons now, though, but I've seen him around for a while. Like I say, I'm from the Kentucky scene myself, so I heard the name Nate Turpin. I'd seen guys training with him. I expect Nate to be really tough.
I'm excited for this fight now. Yeah, that's a beautiful, inspirational story, right? And we talk about that. It seems like something comes up every card, that martial arts is a vehicle for human development, right? To steal the old Joe Rogan quote. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Kentucky, we will have the headgear for all the kickboxing matches tonight, I do believe.
Brand new NLC gloves and brand new NLC headgear for this event as well.
I like that we got almost like a pinkish color.
Uh-oh, his head's too big. We've got a big head situation going on with Nate Turpin.
We got to get some elves to sew up the headgear and get us a bigger size.
We've got an excellent crew of, they call them haberdashers here at New Line Cagefighting who can adjust the headgear sizes.
I was hoping we could recruit the elves from Santa's workshop since they're laid off
Who would
for the
have
summer.
thought that I could incorporate the word haberdasher into MMA commentary?
This is why we have a
kickboxing
wordsmith like you
commentary.
in the booth always.
That's right. I'm constantly looking through my thesaurus every day.
You're also the most well-dressed commentator tonight since Butch isn't here.
Yeah, that's true. Butch usually outshines me, but that's why we got rid of him.
Shoes were too distracting.
And here we have a weird moment where we wait for the right headgear.
Looks like they made some adjustments. I think we're still looks like we're stretching the edges of that chin strap, but I think we might be able
This
to
man's
make
got a
it
big
happen.
old head.
There we go.
All right, bout number 1 of the night. Fighting out of the blue corner from Zanesville, Ohio, weighing 260.6 pounds, Michael Adam Moore. Fighting out of the red corner, weighing in 263.6 pounds from Danville, Kentucky, Nate Max Turpin.
Two big boys in here, both in the 260s.
And here we go. They touch gloves to start the action. Heavy leg kick from Adam to start.
Saw him warming up with a lot of setups for that leg kick, so yeah.
We see a really calm approach from Nate Turpin so far. Feinted a little with the jab.
He's trying to use that out movement to get outside of the range of that low kick when it's coming. 1-2 for more. And that leg kick again.
And he's pawing a little bit with his punches. And there's a low kick from Turpin. Another one.
Coach is calling for more forward pressure from Adam.
And there's that jab he was calling for, but it's a little lazy.
Jab and an overhand right.
He's
Dipping his head a little bit there on the end of these combinations, but starting them out smoothly.
So far, he's the more active man, though. Even though they might not be the sharpest shots, he's landing. Uh-oh.
Looks like he hurt his ankle on that low kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he just said he broke his foot.
His coach said, we'll worry about it tonight.
That's
Urges him to keep going.
That's high-level coaching, trying to muster his fighter through.
Adam's going to do it. He's going to keep going here, it looks like. That's some heart.
We see Turpin right away going after his legs. Good check, actually, from Adam Moore on that one.
That foot's just giving out on him a little bit.
Yeah, we got a two-handed push there from Turpin, was enough to set him down. Now that might stifle his offense here. So he was relying pretty heavily on that.
You can tell Adam wants out of there.
I do believe so. I'm not sure if we're going to see too much more of this one. We'll see.
The ringside physician is going to come look at his foot.
We hear some encouragement coming from the crowd and his coaches as well. Sometimes these are difficult moments
Yeah,
as a fighter.
You hear a lone voice from the crowd say stoically, "You can't quit."
This is like the beginning of a Rocky movie. We'll see if the rest of it develops.
He said he's good.
Doc says he's good. Adam says he's good. We're going
Big
back in
display
there.
of heart from Adam Moore here.
Seems to be going to a more boxing-heavy strategy. We saw him throwing a right hand there to the body.
He threw a half-hearted side kick there, but yeah, he's throwing some big shots.
Turpin's going to have to make some adjustments in between rounds here to deal with that kind of volume.
Adam's the more active man, and he's landing. It's not like Turpin's getting away from these shots.
10 seconds left in the round.
I'd like to see a little more defense from Turpin, some head movement, and not only that, get a little active. You got to get active right here.
And I do believe even with the broken foot, we had those two slips, but those don't count for anything. So I think, I believe I would give that round to Adam Moore just on activity.
I think so as well. He landed more shots.
We also saw him check a few leg kicks himself with that lead leg.
Well, you see Adam's not that sharp, but he's more active. And because of that, he's possibly winning this fight.
And we can see what's overcoming some physical adversity like that. I mean, I can tell you just from having injuries during fights, sometimes your brain is just like, we can get out of here now. We don't need
I
to do this
remember that
anymore.
from my last fight, just being tired. That little voice in your head tells you, it's okay, just quit.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And that shows a lot about who Adam Moore is.
You see his coach trying to rouse him here.
But we see
Turpin's just chilling in his corner.
he looks calm, cool, collected, and confident. Let's see if he comes out in this second round a little more active.
I believe in the pocket in those exchanges, he's got the tighter, straighter punches, but he's got to get him to actually land consistently.
He's got some defensive lapses he needs to work on as well. He's just a little too hittable. That's why these sloppy shots of Adam are effective. Here we go. There's the clapper. We're about to start the second round. And they touch gloves to start the second. Adam likes that oblique kick, but he just falls down there.
The end of a short left hand.
And that's a knockdown, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, I believe it was the foot that gave out on him, but because it was resulting from a punch, we're getting the
No shortage of heart from Adam Moore here. Nice feints.
He's biting on every
Turpin.
feint that Turpin throws.
But you see, Turpin leans back
Turpin.
a lot.
And with a tall man with some reach, that's why he's finding himself on the end of some of these overhands and windmills.
And you see Adam, just windmill
But now-
punches, and this is starting to get ugly.
Yeah. Now Turpin, I think, is starting to find some confidence as he starts to open up with higher volumes and combinations.
Well, I really like that he took his time in the first round. He felt him out. Now he looked super confident in between rounds. Now it looks like he's trying to close the show.
Yeah, I think now he's felt the power that Adam Moore can muster, and even having that back foot to not drive off of, right, that makes a big difference. So I think that's part of the reason why we saw Turpin hanging out there in the pocket for a little bit longer. He ate a few of those long punches, but
you got to think if you're Nate Turpin right now, you feel like the end is nigh for Adam Moore. You just got to pour it on a little long. You got 1:21 to work.
we've already got 2 knockdowns. And is there a 3 knockdown rule here in Kentucky? I don't know if
I
there is
don't
for
believe
kickboxing.
so. Oh, huge overhand right and wobbles him. And nice jab. And you see that headgear kind of sliding up on Adam Moore. Oh, caught bad there.
it was a right
And
hook,
you
I
see
believe,
right
yeah.
back to his feet. Adam Moore's got a lot of heart. but I believe this might be the end here.
Referee commands him to stand. He does stand.
That's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Oh.
Nope, I think he's adjusting the headgear, and we're going to keep rocking.
Adam is gassed, ladies and gentlemen, and hurt. It's going to take a miracle for him to win this fight.
He's still staying in the pocket through that hard 110. Threw it again. I think if I were him, I would stick to those shorter combinations.
Turpin's just waiting to sail that overhand right again.
And we saw a good left hook there.
Nice flurry there, puts him down, and that's it. Matt Jones has seen enough. Excellent work from Nate Turpin. Second round TKO.
And impressed with the heart from Adam Moore as well.
I'm going to go talk to Nate Turpin. Like I said, he's got a very inspirational story. I'd like to hear from this fella.
Waiting on the official decision here as Elijah makes his way to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner in the second round from a TKO, 3 knockdowns from Danville, Kentucky, moving to 1-0, Nate Turpin.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nate Turpin. Now, my friend, you've been on a hell of a journey to get here. And I've been reading a little bit about you, your story. Think you could share with the people here tonight?
I just want to say RIP to my dad. Love you. RIP to my cousin Dalton. RIP to Uncle Rob. RIP to Uncle Morris. Love y'all. Shout out to my kids, London and Tyson. I mean, you feel me? I had to fall into something after my father died. I fell into mixed martial arts. I love this game. I love the hustle. I love the work. You want to see me in here more than just here. And just shout out to everybody that supported me, clap for me. I just appreciate it, letting y'all know. God bless everybody in here, man. That's it, man. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a very inspirational man, a hell of a fighter, and a guy you're going to be seeing a lot of, Nate Turpin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're ready to move on to the next bout of the evening. We're going to have John Scow versus Tristan Frenzen coming up here. Music's hit the speakers here for Tristan Frenzen coming out of the blue corner. And we got Elijah Thacker rejoining us here in the booth. Now, Elijah, are we going to see you at least once vault over the ropes to make that into
I
the
guarantee I did it in Baileysville. I did fall through the ropes in Baileysville, so probably.
I was waiting for you to just push off and spring over the top.
I should. I wish I could. I wish I was that agile. Most people probably think I am, but you'd be surprised, folks.
You did better than me.
I'm
I
getting
would have probably
old.
just laid down on the ground and rolled under like a barrel.
That's what I'm going to do next fight. I promise you, I'm doing it.
Tristan Frenzen makes his way into the blue corner.
Tristan Frenzen fighting out of Moorhead, Kentucky by way of Six Lakes, Michigan. This is his debut, but he trains out of Davis Karate, and we've seen quite a bit of that gym lately, and everybody from there looks sharp.
Yeah, all the way back through New Line, we've seen a lot of Davis Karate practitioners, so always looking forward to their guys.
And he will be fighting John Scow, hometown favorite from Ashland, Kentucky here, training out of Tartarus MMA.
We've seen a lot of high-quality people come out of Tartarus MMA.
You know, John Sco's only been training for a few months, but I've seen some footage of him sparring, and he looks good. He's got tight punches. He looks fluid. Just looks like a natural, a little bit of a natural when it comes to striking.
And we've seen a good mixture of people out of Tartarus MMA. We see Swan in his corner, who normally referees our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu matches, but he's done a heck of a job as a corner in the striking department, too. We see Billy Poe coming out of that gym, high-level boxing, high-level kickboxing. So
we've seen, Swan kind of step up into the head coach role. Used to be more Zach Wiles, but I think Zach wanted to focus on himself a little bit, start really training again, and it's hard to do that as a coach, It
is. When you can't split your attention too many different ways, or you end up your performances suffer. And yeah, Billy Poe was very impressed with he told me Eric and Swan is an excellent corner and cut man. So we see he's even got the proper wrist thing on that's got all of his gear on it.
That's what they call it, right? The wrist thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to listen, I corner a lot of fights. I just keep all my stuff in the bucket like a caveman.
Yeah, just need a bucket. That's all you need. You don't have to get all fancy, Eric Swan.
Swan's got a vest with his name on it and everything, man. Like, I got to step my game up.
He's looking like Stitch Duran over there.
I see.
And this headgear, we've seen longer walkouts due to headgear in this event so far.
Yeah, you see that the sport in general is kind of turning away. A lot of places are going away from the headgear just because of so many adjustments in the rounds. And
well, I just spoke to Adam Moore over there. I was telling him you showed a lot of heart in that fight, and he said I couldn't see. He's like, that headgear was bothering me the whole time.
Yeah, and you saw several moments in that first round where it had kind of slid down over top of his eyes.
Well, you guys dealt with that. Your student Bobby Johnson in his last fight. He was having trouble seeing out of that headgear.
Yeah, and we weren't certain that fight was going to be in headgear until we got there, so it was a little bit of a surprise we didn't have Bobby training in it, and it does make a big difference.
I can't stand it, personally. Yeah. I can't stand sparring in it. I can't stand training in it.
Yeah, we have a featherweight kickboxing match. Fighting out of the blue corner from Moorhead, Kentucky. He weighed 142.4 pounds. Tristan Frenzen. Fighting out of the red corner. He's from Ashland, Kentucky, weighing 146.8 pounds. John Scow.
Here, the big hometown crowd pop for the red corner there, John Scow.
And they touch gloves, and we are underway.
See a pretty good rear kick to the body there from both gentlemen, actually, to start the fight.
Front kick followed by 1-2 from Tristan Frenzen.
Yeah, with that Davis Karate, you see them using a lot of that toes back, digging into the body.
And you see a more traditional Muay Thai and kickboxing style from Scow.
And Scow's able to keep in his face, which generally favors that Thai style. But Frenzen's doing a good job in there, too.
That was a beautiful leg kick.
Well timed, caught him when he was up on one foot throwing his own kick. Ooh, a nice straight right hand.
And as I said, you see for a guy who's only trained for a few months, Scow looks sharp. Yeah. He doesn't look wild.
Good right hand to the body followed by a leg kick.
And what I like is he's putting punches together. He's not throwing just one. He's throwing 2 and 3 every time.
And he's put several of those leg kicks hard into the thigh of Frenzen.
Frenzen's getting overwhelmed a little bit here, but he's still throwing some heavy shots and trying to make Scow respect him here.
And he's using that kick to the body from the southpaw, which oftentimes pays a lot of dividends as you're getting up into the liver. Nice straight punches there from Frenzen.
I like his 2-3 as well.
Yep. Where he eats a nice counter right hand there.
He'll throw that 2-3 body kick, and I think that's his best combination.
We see him switching stances pretty fluidly as well. which you see that a lot in the karate and traditional martial arts practitioners, the ability to switch stances smoothly. Oh, a good hard leg kick there from Sko.
I think Sko is sitting down on his punches a little bit more
I
than
agree.
Frenzen.
Oh,
That caught him
That was a good
real low to the groin, or real high to the groin.
Yeah, good.
That was a bad
solid
one.
low blow there. We're going to see a few minutes here for.
Let's take a look at the replay of that one for our sick, sadistic fans. This poor man. They're going to give him some time here to recover. It really takes the wind out of you. I think Sko is sitting down on his punches a little bit more. He's got up to 5 minutes here to recover. I'd take advantage. That caught him. That was real low to the groin, or real high to the replay. I think Sko is sitting down on his punches a little bit more. It just slides a little high. That caught him. Real low to the groin, or real high. I think Sko is sitting down on his punches a little bit more. Look here, Frenzen. That caught him. Real.
This break to actually rest. So.
See, he's just trying to catch his breath.
Matt Jones giving him some time.
This is one of the nastier low blows I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, that was clean connection up the center. You see that a lot whenever two guys are kicking a lot, right? I mean, they used to call it the funnel. I'll omit the word at the beginning of that phrase, but yeah, it kind of, whenever both guys are throwing kicks, sometimes everything just kind of.
Matt Jones looks so concerned. Nine seconds left here in round one, so it'll be a short return when we do come back. Then we'll see both guys in the corner, unless something bananas happens in these 9 seconds, and here we go. Oh, and it does! Oh, my God.
Solid punch, gets us a standing 8 count here.
Can you believe that? Wow. Crazy ending to that round.
And I believe that obviously kind of shores that round up for John Sko.
Here we go. Big straight right from John Sko. Oh, really and it does! The ropes held him up. Oh, my God. Unless something bananas happens in these 9 seconds. Here we go. And let's see it one more time. Oh, and it does! From Sko. Sko just stays in the pocket and keeps throwing, and eventually something's going to land when you do that.
And he was connecting with the majority of the solid shots, I believe, in that round. Very tightly contested before that. It would have been a hard one to score, but I think now probably. Well, that's an interesting one depending on how the judges scored it, right? Because I think with the knockdown in these kickboxing rules, we could either have a 9-9 or a 10-8, depending on which way that went. So
I think that round went to Sko, so I think you're looking at a 10-8 round there.
I would agree. That's how I would have scored it personally. But
you never know, but as far as me watching it, Sko looked really sharp that first round. But it's not like Frenzen didn't have his moments as well. He looks really sharp.
And it looks to me like Sko was probably trying to use a lot of those low kicks to counter the karate style, which is one of the classic things, right, when people.
See, you've got Colin Caprini from up in northern West Virginia, up in Morgantown. He's highfalutin. He says Scow, and I say Sko because I'm a hillbilly.
I've gone back and forth between both of them because I don't know which one's right. So I figure at least half of the time I'll say his name correctly.
That's genius.
Beginning of round 2.
That was a hard low kick.
Yeah, he goes right back to work on that lead leg. But Frenzen's moving forward through it.
And he looks clear-eyed. He doesn't look hurt.
He's maintaining his composure.
I'd like to see him tuck that chin a little more. Oh, another low blow.
Yep.
You know, it gets to the point. You keep doing it, ref's going to have to take a point.
Yeah, and Matt Jones takes his job very seriously. I suspect we'll probably see at the very least a stern warning here.
That was a nasty one, too. That looked like a punch. I'd like to see a replay here. Let's take a look.
Taking his time. This one looks like it's affected him a little bit worse. Moving forward through it.
And he looks clear-eyed. He doesn't look hurt.
He's maintaining his composure.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see him tuck that chin a little more. Oh, another low blow.
Moving forward through it.
And he looks clear-eyed. He doesn't look hurt.
He's maintaining his composure, especially he's throwing a lot more.
I'd like to see him tuck that chin a little more. Oh, another low blow.
Moving the footwork of a traditional Thai, he's still throwing the kind of straighter trajectory round kicks that you see from traditional martial arts, which will oftentimes lead to those kind of low blows more often.
And you can see they're really affecting Frenzen now.
Yeah.
He's almost doubled over.
You can see the pain on his face. Referee Matt Jones giving a stern warning here.
I would say that if another one happens, we're going to see a point deduction.
Which in a fight like this could be a big difference.
Massive. But that's kind of small consolation to Frenzen right now, who's clearly hurt.
Yeah.
And it takes a ton out of you. And you see at the end of that first round, he kind of got caught cold coming out of the break. I'm interested to see if Sko takes advantage of that and tries to put the pressure on right here.
Touch of gloves there.
Frenzen's wise to it now. He's getting his hands busy, keeping him off of him.
He is.
Frenzen looks like a man on a mission right now.
He does. He lands a good straight jab there as well as a right hand behind it.
They're trading right now.
Busy in the pocket from both of these guys. And we're seeing the kick offense slow down.
Oh,
good head kick just as I said.
Slides right through the guard.
A nice knee to the body while he grabs the head. See a little problem with the headgear adjustment there. And here in Kentucky, you can grab and throw knees to the body.
That knee to the body was excellent from Frenzen. I'd like to see more of those.
Sko doing good work on the inside again there, but Frenzen lands some good punches in that exchange as well.
I think Frenzen's having more success this round than he did in the last one. There's another knee to follow that combination.
Yeah, nice right knee to the body.
But there, Sko comes back and lands some big shots.
And Frenzen kind of got backed up against the right.
Oh, there's a huge right hand in the middle of that combination.
Sko's footwork looks a lot smoother right now.
That left hook was blistering.
Yeah.
And he's pouring it on. He smells blood now.
I believe he thinks he has Frenzen hurt here, which he might, yep.
Oh!
Moment there. He had a moment there where I think he thought he was.
And I
gonna
think
be able
this
to
is
get
it, ladies and gentlemen. He's hurt bad. No.
Clears the cobwebs. He's going to make it to round 3.
That was wise by Frenzen, too. He
very good.
He took his time getting up to recover.
Oh!
And just as we thought that he was going to keep going, the fight gets stopped. Excellent work from John Sko.
Good job maintaining composure and good footwork in the middle of those firefights there from Sko. That was really the big difference because he was getting tagged, but he was able to stay more mobile, put more damage on Frenzen.
I think he was really sitting down on those punches more, a little more power, and when he landed, Frenzen was feeling it more. They were trading shots. Both guys looked excellent. I think Frenzen's got quite a promising career ahead of him as well.
I agree, especially for somebody who's a debutant like this.
He showed a ton of heart in that fight as well.
He did. It's very difficult. Dude, recovering from just one low blow like that, let alone 2, those were both solid. Got backed up against the right.
Oh, there's a huge right hand in the middle of that combination.
Sko's footwork looks a lot smoother right now.
That left hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the second round, we have a winner. Your winner by knockout, round 2, John Sko.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your hometown boy, John Sko. Now, my friend, you've not been doing this too long, but judging by your fight, you can't tell it. You look fluid out there, sharp, excellent performance. You came away with the knockout. How does it feel?
Feels good.
So talk me through the fight. You had a tough opponent there. Really had a lot of heart. Did you think you were going to put him away there at the end of the round? We were kind of surprised.
I was aiming for a second round knockout, and that's what I got.
We saw there in the corner, you were smelling blood. Did you feel the finish coming?
I did.
So what's next?
I'm going to work on my jiu-jitsu. I'm hoping for MMA. I'm going to take another kickboxing fight while I'm at it, and hopefully make it to MMA soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for John Sko. Turpin MMA.
We saw a good performance there from the hometown guy, John Sko. The crowd's very happy with that one. Heard him announce his intentions. He's going to keep sharpening up that jiu-jitsu, and he's at a good place for it. They have a good set of grapplers there at Tartarus MMA. Black belt Zach Wilds, who we've seen here at New Line grappling several times. I've seen him around the state. Interesting, promising career coming from John Sco. Frenzen as well. Showed good promise for a debut fighter.
And now next up, we have got some heavyweights coming out. We've got Brennan Browning from Gilbert, West Virginia, facing off against Wimberly Cook from Newark, Ohio.
Looking forward to this one. These are both new names to me. I'm not familiar with either one of these gentlemen.
Now, I don't know much about Brennan Browning. He's one of those guys, he's an unknown quantity here. I believe that his brother was supposed to fight on the card as well. But his opponent no-showed tonight. I think his brother is Connor. Never mind. Ignore everything I just said because they're different last names. They're both from Gilbert. That was my logic here.
They're close enough.
If two people are from Gilbert, they're probably brothers.
They might be kin in some way.
But yeah, Belcher and Browning, I think they trained together in Gilbert. Belcher was supposed to be on the card against Oliver Thomas. That fight fell through. Now we get to see Brennan Browning, another unknown quantity, facing off a guy from a really good camp, VO2. So Wimberly Cook, he's 0-2, or he's 2-1 in MMA. Lord God, I'm off my game, folks. He's 1-2 in MMA.
You got the numbers right.
Take a deep breath here.
VO2 is another one of those gyms. We've seen them steadily producing people here at New Line Cagefighting. Obviously, some of the bigger names we've seen mostly in the boxing realm. But even through the MMA ranks, we've seen.
Well, they've got a solid jiu-jitsu program, Delta Grappling Academy, and they've got good kickboxers there as well. They're a really solid gym with some tough fighters. Jacob Stanton, we've seen him there. He's an excellent kickboxer. And Teddy Evans.
Any gym that you see that has that many currently active fighters, too, you know these guys have got a good room, active sparring, a lot of young, hungry guys.
And here, Brennan Browning steps into the ring for the very first time.
Oh, we've got some good Nelly walkout music here.
Some sexy walkout music.
Distracting for the ladies in the crowd.
So, as I said, he's 1-2 in MMA. This will be his kickboxing debut. He's 5'10", so these guys should have a similar height.
Yeah, we're both on the kind of the shorter end maybe of the heavyweight division, but appears to be well put together, pretty thick shoulders.
Most of those guys, those heavyweights at VO2 are tanks.
Well, you got guys like, I believe Alex Davis is training there as well.
He was there in the beginning of his career. He didn't have a place to train at the time. Tucker Lambert hadn't opened his gym, so he would commute to VO2 and train there, stay at a hotel, yeah. But they worked with him a lot. But the mainstays there right now are Matt Christ. He's doing really well on the pro scene. But they've also got in MMA Trayvon Ayler. Trayvon Ayler is a savage. I think he's 6-0 now, and 5 of his wins came in under 30 seconds by KO. Absolutely has the death touch.
And we've seen Teddy fight out of there several times as well.
Yeah, Teddy Bear, of course. Yeah. He, the leader of their boxing program. Just a guy who's been there and done that. He's got over 200 fights. Real knowledge for the sport of boxing, and couldn't be a finer guy.
It's so important to have somebody with that level of experience in a gym. Knows how to get people ready, knows what camps are supposed to look like, knows what sparring should and shouldn't look like.
All right, we are at bout number 3. We have a heavyweight kickboxing bout. Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing 219 pounds from Gilbert, West Virginia, Brennan Browning. Fighting out of the red corner, weighing 239 pounds from Newark, Ohio, Wimberly Cook III.
Oh, Brennan Browning drops down into a split right before the fight starts.
And they do touch gloves.
Browning with a high kick. Ooh, he gets set.
Off balance there and got caught to the body. Just knocked him on his ass a little bit, but he's fine.
Referee Matt Jones calls that a knockdown. Was resulting from a punch.
But that was a nice kick before the slip there from Mr. Browning.
Oh, he gets caught with a hard leg kick, but he lands a pretty decent overhand left there.
He's just a little off balance.
Yeah.
If he would get his feet under him, he doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Nice low kick from Wimberly Cook.
Oh, and he gets set down again with another low kick, it looked like. Or another kick to the body, maybe.
It caught him there when he was on one leg. It kind of, he was throwing a kick himself. He was off balance again.
And I wonder if he's having some trouble with the friction of the shin pads.
Nice low kick from Wimberly Cook. Oh, and a nice flying knee.
When he had it backed up into the corner.
And that's some elevation for a big man.
We're seeing good composure here from Browning, though, in the face of all this early adversity.
He's definitely game. And he's trying to mount his own offense. Wimberly Cook is extremely explosive, though.
Oh, it's a blistering right hook to the body there.
And a beautiful low kick to follow it.
Oh, we see him.
We almost saw Mr. Browning fall out of the ring there. He looks hurt.
Yeah, it looked almost like something happened to his back whenever he got pushed
I thought
over
the
there.
same thing. He felt really hard earlier as well.
We've got southpaw versus southpaw here as well. Always interesting to see how that develops because most of these guys are probably used to sparring orthodox people.
And you know, Wimberly's got a ton more experience.
And
That was
jumping
beautiful.
High kick. Oh, and he puts volume on it at the end of the round.
And we see Browning survives the first round against a very dangerous Wimberly Cook, who's crazy explosive for a man of his size.
And he pretty clearly won that round. 2 knockdowns as well, so well up ahead on the points. But
Doesn't
Browning
look
still
too
got good
bad.
composure.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he was flustered in the face of all that heavy offense.
Nice low kick. I should speak
and
on
he gets
Wimberly
set
Cook's
down
MMA record. It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
It looks like the guy is an excellent striker. Nice low kick. He ran into a couple
and
grapples.
he
That's
gets
why
set
you
down
got
again
those
with
2
another
losses
low
on
kick.
his record. Here he is, though, in kickboxing, and it looks like this is where he belongs. Oh, and a nice
We saw him
flying
throw that
knee.
Jump knee as well as a jump roundhouse near the end of the round. I wonder if we're
Nice
going
low
to get to see
kick
that guy here.
from Wimberly Cook. His hands are quick.
Oh,
and a nice flying knee.
Aldo style rear knee, then the front
And
knee
you know,
coming up behind
and the
him.
Anthony Pettis style kick.
and
That was
jumping
beautiful.
High kick. Oh, and he puts volume on it at the end of the round. Body as well. Saw some hard
And you know,
very
Wimberly's got a ton more experience.
and
That was
jumping
beautiful.
High kick. Oh,
And
he
look
puts
at the
volume on it
energy
at
here
end
in
of
the
round.
corner from Wimberly Cook. That's a confident man.
He's not tired.
And Browning does not look confident. He looks like he is a little in over his head here. But
See a small trickle of blood coming out of his nose.
he has a ton of heart, though.
And he's technically not looked bad.
Just balance. That's the big thing. He's got to get his feet under him in this next round.
And he's dealing with a big, strong, explosive heavyweight.
That high kick, he gets his leg up really well, but he just is off balance every time.
He throws a spinning heel kick. He loses his balance in the process. Wimberly looking a little bit more stable on his feet here. Oh, he throws a high kick of his own. I think we might have got toes. Ah, that was a good straight left hand there. And we see Wimberly kind of adopting that more upright Thai style.
And he shakes his head at that head kick attempt from Brennan Browning. Ooh, hard body kick there from Wimberly.
Browning changing levels a lot during his combinations, which has kept him out of harm's way a few times. Almost ducked into an uppercut there, though, but you see him again throwing that big overhand and losing his balance.
Oh, big right hand, and that hurts him.
That time he timed that level change with the right uppercut as he throws a right high kick into that angle as well.
You cannot question the heart of Brennan Browning, though.
Continues forward pressure. Good composure here under the pressure by Wimberly Cook. Looks completely unfazed.
Matt Jones asks if he's ready, and he nods stoically. And the fight continues.
We hear Wimberly asking if he can knee to the body. Matt Jones reminded us.
And there it is.
Yeah.
And he dives in with his head low, and Wimberly just shoves him to the mat. And Wimberly is a showman here.
Enjoying some time in front of the camera while Matt Jones gives some instructions to Browning.
Oh, that was a beautiful knee to the body, followed by lead leg high kick. And he's out of the ring. Oh, my gosh, that was a close one, folks.
Trying to throw that sweet chin music with the right foot, but another good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beatdown.
It is. And Browning, his game is he's staying in there. But
You got to respect him. Like, he's a guy who has no quit in him. He's fighting him. Oh, that was a beautiful knee to the body. And he's hanging in there, leading the air. He's trying to find a way to win.
And he's trying to work his own punches and kicks and counters as well.
Oh, that was a beautiful knee to the body. Followed by.
We see Browning's corner trying to give him some urgency, cleaning up that nose. He's got a slow trickle of blood, but it doesn't look like it's too bad. Probably not impeding his breathing too much. And over there in the other corner, we see Wimberly Cook staying nice and relaxed, giving him some good deep breaths.
And you got to think, if you're Wimberly Cook, you want to close the show here, if you
I
can.
agree.
You put on a hell of a show right now. Had about a perfect fight, so now you got to put the stamp on it here in this third and final round. Ton of confidence from that corner.
And the slips have eaten up a lot of time as they try to get them back to their feet too here.
I have to applaud the heart and courage of Brendan Browning, making his debut here against a guy who's had 3 MMA fights. Clearly an experience difference. And Brendan's hanging in there here in the third round.
Nice, hard right low kick. Shift of stances. Thought they were going to come into us. Wimberly's walking him down with good pressure and good defense.
Nice knee to the body.
Nice knee to the body.
Ooh, beautiful high kick.
Trying to set up that right high kick, but he throws that toes back roundhouse to the body again. And we see Browning losing his footing again here.
You got to think at this point, if you're Brendan Browning, you got to take a small victory here and making it the distance in this fight, which he's on his way to doing it.
He's reaching out and pawing a lot, trying to find his distance. We see a physicality difference, so every time they're in contact with each other, Wimberly's just kind of muscling him around now. Oh, nice right hook, left straight.
Beautiful knee to the body.
Knee to the body.
Over and over, he's been landing that. And I think here comes another.
He's got that good upright posture in the clinch. It would be nice to see a few more knees out of him whenever they make it in there. He's using the stepping in knees well, but not from the clinch.
We've got 38 seconds left in this
we got
fight.
To the plumb clinch and a nice knee to the body that time.
Unfortunately, with the Kentucky rules, you can't hang out in that plum.
Yeah.
Which, it takes a big part of the kickboxing game away.
Yeah, when you take away the
ooh, nice left hook from Brennan.
Yeah. He's definitely in this fight the whole time.
And with 5 seconds left. That was a stellar performance from Wimberly Cook. And they show huge respect here before the bell even rings. Great job from both men. Ton of heart from Brendan Browning.
I would like to see Browning back again.
I would too. Against, a guy with a little more similar experience level, because Wimberly was just too much for him.
Yeah.
He's just, you can tell Wimberly's been around the game a while. He knows his stuff.
And even when kind of being overwhelmed technically and power-wise, he still did a good job of hanging in there and providing some good counter offense. He was in this fight the whole time.
Well, let's go talk to probably Wimberly Cook. I'd hate to see it go any other way here.
I would guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by decision. Your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Wimberly Cook.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Wimberly Cook. My friend, you just put on a show. Talk me through that fight.
All glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible in my life or any of our lives in here. So thank him first.
So talk me through this fight. You had a really tough opponent. Showed a lot of heart. Were you surprised you didn't put him away? Because he ate some huge shots.
When he was eating the knees, I knew he would like to throw a lot of head kicks, which I really didn't train. I've been training for opponents to throw head kicks at me, but no, with the headgear, I knew it's just too easy at that point. But he's tough. I was definitely surprised he was great.
So we've seen you in MMA before. This is your kickboxing debut. Stellar performance. Do you feel like this is where you belong?
I'm definitely more well-rounded than kickboxing. I'm really worried about something taking me down. So you can stand and bang. I mean, that's what everybody comes in to see. That's what people want to see. So that's what I bring.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a very exciting fighter, Wimberly Cook.
Excellent performance by Wimberly Cook. Looked very smooth, looked very controlled. Dealt well with an opponent who was very tough. I think you could hear it in the, he was kind of surprised that he was able to take all the damage, that Browning was able to take all the damage that Cook was putting on it. Exciting fighter. Looking forward to having both of those guys
All
back.
right, we got one more fight before intermission. Then we're going to have a 15-minute intermission and come back for the rest of the fights. All right, DJ, blue corner.
And making his way to the ring now, I believe we have Dominic Baker.
It's not Alexander Volkanovski, it's Dominic Baker. Don't be fooled by his walkout song, ladies and gentlemen.
And I believe he's coming out of the Category 5 gym there.
He is indeed. He's 0-1 in MMA. This will be his kickboxing debut. He lost to Nick Lyons in MMA. And, you know, he was winning that fight on the feet, got taken down, out-grappled there. But I talked to Eric Kuhn earlier tonight, who's a training partner of his, Eric said he has been in the gym every day putting rounds in, constantly with him, and he expects Dominic Baker to look dominant in this fight.
We see Category 5 starting to get a little kickboxing program going there. I know they're primarily a jiu-jitsu school, but they've got so many guys looking to take fights that they've got pretty regular sparring and kickboxing stuff.
They've been looking really sharp from what we've seen of them in MMA and jiu-jitsu and kickboxing as well. We've seen, I think, about 5 or 6 of their guys at our last card, and they were dominant.
Yeah. Strong gym.
And interestingly enough, you know, Eric Kuhn, his last fight, he's known as a kickboxer, but since he's joined Category 5, grappling won him that fight.
Exactly. I think that's a good meeting of two worlds. That's a very high-level grappling gym.
And coming to the ring now is Ben Rose of Tartarus MMA.
You hear another Tartarus fighter getting a pretty good loud pop from the crowd here.
19 years old, new to the sport. He'll be making his debut tonight. But as we've seen, Tartarus MMA is a force to be reckoned with. We've got two very good gyms facing off right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached bout number 4. We have a middleweight kickboxing bout. Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing 166.8 pounds from Hurricane, West Virginia. He trains at Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu, Dominic Baker. And fighting out of the red corner, weighing 159.4 pounds from Ashland, Kentucky. He trains at Tartarus MMA, Benjamin Rose.
And we see Rose wearing that kind of headgear that I like, very much out of the way, high on the forehead, good visibility.
And we see Dominic Baker come out like a house on fire.
Rose seems unaffected by losing the whole headgear.
As soon as you were bragging on that headgear, it just flies off his head.
I know.
These guys are going after it early.
Oh, good right hook by Rose.
Big overhand right lands from Rose.
Baker standing in the pocket, throwing back though, as he lands a right hook of his own. We got a firefight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Another good right hand from Bill.
If these guys can sustain this pace, this fight's going to be bananas. They're calling for Dominic Baker to take the center.
Steps into a little right hook. Seemed like it didn't land super flush.
And there's that overhand that Ben Rose keeps hunting for.
Just narrowly missed it. That was a nice short right hand that he landed on that exchange.
The problem is Dominic Baker's lead hand keeps dropping after he throws, leaving him open to that big right hand from Rose.
Now we see Baker trapped in a corner. Rose
that body shot!
Sets him down with a knee right to the solar plexus.
Beautiful job by Ben Rose.
And just before that exchange, there was a moment where Dominic Baker was getting off the better offense, but then he got pushed back into that corner and he got set down. Seems to recovered. Be interesting to see. Oh, he lands a nice right hook to counter a kick there. Baker's very much in this. Ooh,
and he barely misses with a massive overhand. There's that knee again. He sees that he can put him away with it.
Now, Baker was able to work him into a corner for a second.
Now, one thing you're not seeing from Rose that I'd like to see are punches to the body as well.
Excellent, tightly contested round there, other than that one knockdown with the knee to the body.
Definitely, I think, swung the round in favor of Rose.
I would agree.
And from Rose.
Tightly contested round there. Now we see Baker trapped in a corner.
Oh, that body shot!
Sets him down with a knee right to the solar plexus.
Beautiful.
Right in the perfect place. Now we see Baker trapped in a corner.
Oh, that body shot!
Sets him down with a knee right.
That's one of those that takes your soul a little bit.
Be interesting to see how these boys can sustain this pace. We saw him start to slow down a little bit there at the end of the round, both of them. But we see the Category 5 guys making some adjustments here.
Dominic Baker still looks very much in this fight, very motivated.
His eyes look clear. He's listening to instructions well. He's paying attention to his coaches. Very much in the moment.
You know, a body shot like that, it just takes the wind from you for a moment. But he seems to have recovered well.
Ben Rose seems nice and calm and collected in his corner as well.
How could you not be with the corner man lovingly fanning you like that with a towel? That looked so nice. I'm going to see if he'll come over here and fan me a little bit.
It's getting a little toasty in here. Right back at it. Good jab from Rose.
Rose puts him up against the ropes immediately and starts really sending those knees.
Now we see Baker's headgear come off in the plum there.
And he looks frustrated there. I don't know what exactly was being said between Ben Rose and Dominic Baker there.
Oh, a nice right hook from Baker. Oh, and now he's got Rose in the corner. Oh, he's in a little side headlock action.
I think he hurt Rose a little with that right hook.
I agree. And then he started to bully him around.
And there's another one.
Oh, Rose tries to stab with that knee to the body again. We see the headgear coming unadjusted. But he makes the adjustment himself and keeps at it. Nice left hook by Baker.
Doing a good job getting his head off the center line.
Cat 5 coach is calling for Baker to take the center. He's doing a good job of stopping those knees to the body.
They want to see pressure from their fighter right now.
Oh, and he lands a nice knee to the body and a right hook behind it.
And it looks like Ben Rose is hurt.
Ben Rose appears to be hurt, tired, or some combination of both. But he's got Baker back in the corner again, which is where he's done his best work.
Both guys digging deep right now, too. We see him slowing down a bit.
Body. Oh, and a good left hook to the body there from Baker. And again, and with a right hand behind it, he loses his headgear again, seems unaffected.
And he smiles at him there and raises his hands. You see the momentum shift in this fight right now toward Dominic Baker.
You can feel it in his spirit. You see it in the way he's carrying himself. And
Big deep breaths from Rose right now.
We're hearing Matt Jones advising him to be careful with that plum. Ah, Baker lands another right hook.
Right hook is money right now for him. He's got to get him turned around, get off the ropes here.
Oh, and he eats another hard knee. That one looks like it might have been partially on his forehead, but we lose the headgear again. And that appears to be through no fault of Rose. I think that's just having a hard time keeping the headgear on everybody.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen that tonight with this new headgear.
Well, and we've even seen it with the guys who aren't wearing the new headgear, right? Wearing their own.
It just comes back to
and a left hook, right hook.
A short right hook. It was beautiful, and it hurt him. This fight.
And a nice right kick to the body. Body kicks.
The tables have completely turned in this second round. I think we're 1-1 going into the third.
I would agree, and it's curious to see how that knockdown got scored in round one, right? Is that a 10-8 round because of the knockdown?
I think that Rose landed the sharper shots in that round, so we may very well see it 10-8.
And a left hook, right hook.
A short right hook.
He's definitely doing it.
If we see a 10-9 round in this third toward
and a
Baker,
left
then we have ourselves a draw. So if you're in the
a
corner,
beautiful right hook from Baker.
You need to stop
now he's got Rose in the corner. knockdown or a stoppage.
And here's some
Dominic Baker
replays.
there.
We'll see that show.
Oh,
beautiful
right
job
hook
from
from
Dominic
Baker.
Baker.
Oh, now he's got Rose
Put
in
him
the
on his
corner.
back foot and had him hurt bad.
And Dominic
You
Baker
see that
there.
clinch was desperation.
Oh, nice
beautiful.
right hook from Baker. Oh,
And
now he's got
does a good
Rose in
job
the
getting
corner.
a hold of him there
Oh,
and stopping that onslaught.
Oh, and he lands a nice knee to the body and a right hook behind him.
And it looks like Ben Rose is hurt.
Ben Rose appears to be hurt, tired, or some combination of both.
You know, it's funny.
He lands a nice knee to the body and a right hook behind him.
It looks like Ben Rose is hurt.
Ben
You saw that lazy single collar tie from Rose.
Yep.
And he just came right over the top of the other side with that right hand.
And he had set it up with a right knee to the body on the same side, and then as that foot's going back, throwing the right hook. Beautiful footwork and timing there.
And, you know, I love to see the look on the faces of those coaches from Category 5 because you looked at them after that knockdown and you saw the worry. But now you see they're fired up. They see the momentum shift just like we do. They know their fighter's one round away from a win.
And he throws a 2 to the body and a 3 up top.
And he loses balance there.
Rose presses forward.
This is a round where both guys have got to give it everything they've got.
Oh, and another nice right hook, and another.
Beautiful work from Dominic Baker, pouring it on Ben Rose. Beautiful right hand.
Even with his back against the ropes, he lands it cleanly. And Rose still controlling the footwork pressure, but
he's telegraphing the right hook a little bit now. I'd like to see him turn it into an
and
uppercut.
a right straight left hook from Baker.
I think Ben Rose is fading hard.
And he just ate a nice hook to the body.
And Baker's pulling it on. This might be the finish here.
He sees it coming. He's right in his own corner too. Oh, and Rose answers back with a hard right hand. Ladies and gentlemen, what a scrap.
These guys are going to war.
Rose seems to have faded maybe just a bit more, but he's still very much in this fight.
Front kick followed by a right hand from Baker, and then a knee barely misses from Rose.
And we see
Rose looks so tired here, ladies and gentlemen. Hit a jumping knee.
Oh, and another right hand behind it.
Baker punishing Rose here. But if he doesn't get the stoppage, is it going to be enough?
I think we might be looking at a draw right now with 30 seconds left. We'll see what's going on. Baker pouring it on, though. Oh, and another nice right hook. Oh, and a right body kick. And again. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight.
Good work from both men. That's one of those, I don't envy the judges at all.
We see Dominic Baker raising his hands. He feels like he's done enough here.
The second half of that fight, it was a totally different story than the first round.
And especially sticking in there after a knee stabs you in the body like that.
And you know, when you start your debut with a loss, he's such a happy man right now, feeling like he can be proud of that performance. You know, you got to give it up to Dominic Baker here, but you got to give it up to Ben Rose as well.
I agree. In fact, I think we saw a 10-8 first round for Rose, and I think we're going to be looking at a, what would that be, 28-28?
That's how I would score it as well. And let's see if the judges had it the same.
We got Elijah Thacker going in to talk to our winner, whoever that may be.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the decision here, we will take a brief intermission after this bout. All right, after 3 rounds, your judges have come to a decision. Judge 1 scores at 28-28. Judge 2, 27-29. Judge 3, 27-29. For your winner, out of the blue corner,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Dominic Baker. My friend, that was a hard-fought victory. That first round, you took the knockdown over there in the corner, and it took a lot of heart to come back from that. But the next 2 rounds, the tables turned. Talk us through it.
Hey, new life. Mama didn't raise no bitch.
So, talk me through it. Very tough opponent. How did you feel in that first round? What was going through your head during that knockdown?
I'm not gonna lie. I was instinct and really nervous. My legs were like going. So my game plan didn't work. But I saw all he had was that knee. And I knew my body couldn't hurt, so I thought I'd one of those. So I want to give a shout out to my team. Norman Belcher. He's fighting next month, May 18th. He's going to shock the world. Stan, love you, man. Stan the man of love. Hendrick, fucking beast, bro. Brody's about to be 2-0 tonight, baby. 2 for 2. Category 5.
Your first win here in the ring. Tell me how you feel.
I felt great. After this, go watch UFC 300 with the boys. Buddy, take a fucking nap.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Dominic Baker. All right, now we're going to have a brief intermission. Everybody go poop.
29-27 blue, 28-28, and 28-28 for a majority draw.
All right, so I'm going to talk to both these guys. We had a majority. So we had a little confusion there. This was actually a majority draw in one of the best fights we've ever seen. Absolute war from both you guys. So I want to talk to both you guys. We'll start with you since we didn't hear from you. Talk me through that fight. You got the beautiful knockdown there by knee in the first round. Did you feel like you had it won then?
That first round, man, it was a tough knockdown. And I've spent everything I did in that one. In the second and third round, was just trying to make up for what I did. And I just out-cardioed myself.
So did his heart and his toughness surprise you there? Did you surprise you recovered from that?
No, I mean, I expected that toughness. It was an absolute dogfight, and I loved every bit of it, man. It was good.
Now let's talk to Dominic Baker a little bit. You're not a happy man right now, I know. You got to announce the winner. You got to come back and realize it's a draw. But that being said, what's it feel like to get in a fight with an absolute warrior like this? This was one of the best fights we've seen. Definitely my pick for fight of the night.
Hey, fight of the night, baby! Hey, I mean, shit happens. I mean, even in the pros, I mean, you just go hard, get better. You know what I'm saying? You know, way no pussies in this sport. If you're a pussy, you get out. You know what I'm saying? When I got knocked down, I got up. My whole training camp, I was put in that dog position. I had to push forward. I got all respect for you, man. And it was a dog fight. But hey, I want to say a little something. Nick Lyons, you pulled out of the fight, pussy. I'm going to see you in July. You better be ready. You can't lay on me this time like a real man. I'm going to strike you, bitch. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for two absolute warriors. We may even see these guys again down the road.
Dominic Baker apologized to Keith for his language there in the post-fight interview.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating. When
Yeah,
you
that's
get your hand raised, and then you find out, oh, the judges made a mistake. It's a draw.
What a emotional roller coaster it is to go from being knocked down to coming back, winning 2 rounds, and then get announced the winner, and then get it called back to a draw. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think I mentioned this before, but I think a draw was the right call.
Yeah, we both thought that's the way it should have went. I was a little bit shocked when I saw the judge's original decision there. Things have been made right, though. The only person who it sucks for there is Dominic Baker.
Yeah.
And we see Charles Hendricks coming to the ring. Charles one-hitter Hendricks. And we saw him very briefly at the last event. He fought Bo Romaine, got caught cold in 20 seconds. So we didn't get to see much of Mr. Hendricks, but he's 0-1. Fighting out of Hazard, Kentucky, 6 feet tall.
And I think right now we actually see out of the blue corner his opponent making his way in, Antonio Robinson. Not a name I'm familiar with, but he's got on an Atos, which is a very famous name in the jiu-jitsu world, t-shirt. So interesting to see what goes on here. Elijah, you'll be happy to know that my mother agrees with you that was fight of the night. So
yeah, it was an excellent fight.
That was a spectacular scrap.
Those guys went to war. And shout out to Colin Caprini's mother. You are a wonderful woman.
One of the nicest people in the world.
I wish she was my mother, honestly.
I'm overly lucky.
I bet she can cook some Italian food.
Oh,
or is that the other side of the family?
It's technically the other side, but she can cook the Italian food too.
Excellent. And now we see come into the ring Charles one-hitter Hendricks. And that was my mistake.
Excited to see Hendricks get back in there. I think he wants to be able to showcase the skills. I'm sure, I haven't talked to him, but I imagine that's pretty frustrating to just get That was a nice fade back, straight left hand from Beau Romain that he got hit with in that last fight. He didn't really get a chance to showcase his skills. In a fight that's only 6 seconds long, it's very frustrating. You don't get to actually show the level of dedication and training that you put in.
Beau Romain's a killer. He's a very dangerous opponent to make your debut against. But I'll tell you what, I've heard a lot of good things about Antonio Robinson here. You know, he's 3-0 in Muay Thai.
Okay.
So it's not like he's coming in with no experience here. 6'4" as well, big man.
Fighting out of the blue corner from Lewisburg, West Virginia, weighing 260.8 pounds, the Mountain Man, Antonio Robinson. Fighting out of the red corner from Hazard, Kentucky, weighing 246 pounds even, Charles One-Hitter Quitter Hendrick.
Really interested to see Antonio Robinson here. I've heard a lot of good things about him. Boom! Huge right hook to start the show there.
Right hook behind the ear.
And
we saw Hendricks trying to come out a little bit more aggressively this time.
Hendricks felt that right hook, and we see an 8 count there. And he is almost flinched with that big right hand. Oh.
And he gets turned away by a stiff jab. Good push kick to the body. See a good upright posture.
Hands super low from Charles Hendricks right now.
Antonio Robinson playing a little bit of a far away, lean back kind of defensive style. Prodding with that jab. Nice wide stance. Oh,
beautiful out cold. That's it, folks.
That was a beautiful right hook. We see blood flying all over the headgear
and
there.
We see
Hendricks making his way back to his feet. He might want to wait for the whole 8 before he tries to stand up.
That was a brutal knockdown.
Yep.
That took some heart to get back up. And you see Antonio Robinson shaking his head there.
Fight's over.
He knows.
Yeah. Matt Jones calls a stop to the contest whenever he directs Hendricks over the neutral corner.
Brutal performance.
That was a blitzing right hook, lean back kind of.
And here we see it. He closes the show.
Nice wide stance. Oh,
beautiful out cold. That's it.
Impressive that Hendricks even made an attempt to get up.
It was incredible because I thought he was out cold. I thought he was done.
Oh,
beautiful out cold. That's it. He looked
lean back, kind of defensive
like he was hurt badly.
With that
a lot of heart from Charles Hendricks, but not enough. Beautiful out cold. And first round knockout.
And I do believe we probably saw a nose break there based on the way it started leaking as soon as his head hit the canvas. Beautiful work by Antonio Robinson.
Let's go talk to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by TKO in the first round. The Mountain Man, Antonio Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Antonio Robinson. I got one question for you, my friend. Are you the future of this division?
I fucking believe it, boss. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. I train hard every fucking day for this, man. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. Keith said he got a fight for me lined up, MMA next month. You can get your ass knocked out too, buddy. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the future.
Impressive performance by Antonio Robinson. He's very excited. You see he's looking ready to make his transition into MMA here next month. Looking for a quick turnaround. Obviously not much damage taken by him in this fight. beautiful explosive power, and you actually kind of saw a similar strategy to what Beau Romain was able to use even in a shorter time period last time with Charles Hendricks. Hendricks does a good job of keeping forward pressure, but his hands drift down a little bit while he's walking people down. And last time it was a pull left straight, and this time right hook over the top as he was coming in, was able to find the mark.
That dude's got an energy.
He does indeed. I'm looking forward. I wonder who's Keith's got in mind for him for this next MMA card.
He just told me. He just told me about 10 seconds ago. I think Chaz Blevins, who we saw in Bridgeport in boxing.
Ah, that'll be an interesting strap.
Yeah, should be.
Cleaning up a little bit of the blood and water out of the cage here before we get started with our next bout.
Coming up next, we got a guy we're both really familiar with, Eric Mon, stepping back in there.
I'm excited for this fight. I'm interested. I'm not super familiar with his opponent, Emmett Ruggles, but I'm very excited to see Eric get back in there.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the last person that Eric Mon kickboxed was you.
I believe I am the other side of that 0-1 that he's got, but this is a tough fight, man. Eric set me down with a back kick to the liver. I'm interested to see the dynamics of this fight play out.
That's one thing about Eric Mon. Like, he's been consistently a fight of the night performer every time we see him.
And never asking for an easy fight, right? Like,
he's stepping up a weight class in this one.
I'll be honest, I only wanted to fight Eric because he had asked originally to fight Bobby, and I was like, you want to fight one of my teammates? I'll fight you.
I mean, can you picture Eric Mon fighting at 185? Because this is a middleweight bout.
This is a middleweight bout. And when I fought him, it was 175.
Eric's only 4 feet 11 inches tall.
He had to ride here in a car seat, but
they won't let him ride roller coasters.
There's even a sign over here for we used to be some kind of amusement park here for you must be this tall to ride. I don't think we should put Eric through that before we send him into the cage. But Eric does a good job. I mean, whenever you're a shorter fighter like that, right, you got to be able to work overhands and kicks on the outside, right? You can't stay and exchange straight punches with taller fighters. And Eric did a good job of that with me. Every time we were in the pocket, he was throwing hard shots, hooks, and overhands. He was even able to catch me a few times. And when he fought Cole Ward was obviously quite a bit taller than him, too. We saw him doing a lot of good work with leg kicks in that fight.
And, you know, we see here his opponent, Emmett Ruggles, waiting for him in the cage, or in the ring. And he's out of a really legit camp. He's training under Brandon Conley there in Chillicothe, Ohio. I've been really impressed with all those guys so far.
Yeah, the first time I had gotten to see anybody from that gym was when we got to call Conley's fight with Billy Poe, which was one of my favorite fights that I've ever watched, let alone live. And he's got Conley in his corner, so you know he's got some big experience in there.
I think Eric, to tell you the truth, took this fight because, you know, he was supposed to fight a month ago in Catlettsburg, and his opponent ended up falling through the day of the fight. So Eric was completely gutted.
Bout number 6. Fighting out of the blue corner.
Nothing more heart-wrenching than making weight and then coming back the next day for the fight and everything falling apart.
And fighting out of the red corner from Argylite, Kentucky, weighing 184.4 pounds, Eric Mon.
Still reigning best chest hair in NLC, in my opinion.
I thought he was wearing a sweater. And they touch gloves. Look for Eric to have a really low kick heavy game tonight.
There it is right off the bat.
And he checks it. First low kick gets checked by Ruggles.
Eric staying in his face, though, forward pressure.
Good left hook by Ruggles, though. Good short left hook
as well. Oh, and a couple of leg kicks in that head kick from Eric.
And a good straight right from Ruggles to answer. This is going to be a scrap.
And those push kicks are going to be a big.
Oh, beautiful combination from Eric.
Lands a big left hook. It starts off that combination.
He does a great job getting his head off that center line and ripping with hooks.
And you see Ruggles trying to use that push kick to keep the shorter man away, keep him out of the inside. Eric's eaten a couple of those already.
Nice jab from Ruggles.
Yeah, coming from up, right? That downward, upward angle jab.
Eric catches him heavy on that leg again, though.
As
Ruggles touches him with the left hook. This has been a competitive first round so far. And straight right to the body from Ruggles. Followed by the teep and another right. And then Eric answers with a jab. Jab from Ruggles.
Oh, and a nice right hook from Eric in there. Ruggles back to work behind that teep. Eric with a left hook again.
Now with Eric being the smaller man, you wonder, can he put a pace on Ruggles that Ruggles can't sustain? But Ruggles right now looks really sharp. He's tight. He's technical.
Oh, but Eric hurts him with punches again. There was several left hooks that landed in there.
He's got him in the corner now, too. He's got him trapped right where he wants him.
Good knee to the body by Eric. Eric working out of that plum with the knees.
And Eric adjusts his headgear and gets confident, raises those hands. That's one thing about Eric Mon. He truly enjoys it. He enjoys being in there. That's what he said before this fight. There's no place in the world that I'd rather be.
And he lands another one of those and another inside leg kick as well.
Eric Mon.
Eric Mon loves fighting, man. That was a very close round, but I think Eric probably edged out with those moments of offense in the corner.
Yeah, those flurries in the corner had him in trouble.
And I'll be honest, Eric got me in that plum clinch and was just throwing hard knees to the body and was able to take me off my game for a second. Eric's also incredibly durable. We saw a couple right hands to the body from Ruggles as well as those teeps. Will be interesting to see. 3 2-minute rounds is not a lot of time for all those body shots to pay dividends.
And we see the body language of Ruggles. Ruggles doesn't take the stool. That's something I like. Personally, I don't like to take the stool. You tend to have that adrenaline dump as soon as you sit down.
Yeah, I was always a prefer to stay standing guy myself. Plus, my back would start to hurt if I sat down. I'm an old man.
Yeah, you're getting over the hill. Eric Mon, not breathing too hard. You know, he had a training camp less than a month ago. And he's fired up.
Always a crowd favorite here. Ruggles takes the stool to get some last-second advice here by Connolly.
Eric Mon says, we're just getting started, baby.
Eric's dancing. He's ready.
And Ruggles looks a little tired. He took the stool there toward the end.
He did.
He shakes his head, too. Eric calls for the glove touch. Good sportsmanship from Mon there.
And immediately he's inside again. He's using that forward pressure. He's not letting Ruggles set up behind that teep too much. Good kick, but nice front kick. That one he
clipped his chin.
Yeah. And then back to work at the body with it again. He needs to keep making that work. That's his biggest tool to keep Eric off of him. But Eric's slowly backing him up into the corners.
Needs to keep him on the back foot.
Yeah.
Try to just keep that onslaught because once he gets ahead of him, it's going to be hard for Ruggles to get back.
And I believe Ruggles' leg is hurt. We see him kind of switching stances occasionally here, being very ginger on that left foot. And Eric hits it again, and then a left hook right straight behind it. Beautiful combinations by Eric Mon tonight. Ruggles doing a good job. He's still very much in this fight. Good teep again.
I've said it, and I've said it before. I think Eric Mon's the most improved fighter I've ever seen at New Line, judging by from his first fight to now.
And he's better between every fight as well.
He trains like a madman. That's the thing about the guy. He's addicted to it. And that's when you get really damn good.
You have to have. There's a quality to obsession.
Beautiful right hand, and then gets away from the counter. Eric calling him forward.
Calling him forward and spits out some blood. That's the sign of a man who likes to fight. He lands another one of those left hooks.
Calls him forward again, spits out more blood.
Eric is a tough, gritty fighter, and that can be tough to deal with as an 0-0.
When a guy's constantly in your face, never gives you room to breathe, it's so annoying.
And Eric might sport an 0-1 record in kickboxing, but he's had several boxing fights. He's had MMA fight as well.
I think this is his wheelhouse. I really do.
Agree.
I think he belongs here in kickboxing.
Good. He's using that elbow guard a lot, almost like the lead hand on a cross guard. It's a good tool for a smaller man to be able to get to the inside as he throws that spinning heel kick.
He spent so much time there at Heathen Clan training with bigger, taller men and learning from Thorin Hensley, who's an incredible boxer.
And doing a lot of sparring. There's a quality to getting a lot of rounds in.
And we saw Denzel Chapman actually just about a month ago made his way down there specifically just to train with Eric, and they've got some work in one of his former opponents. That's how likable Eric is. You know, you fought him.
Yeah.
He's the guy, it's hard not to like him, especially after you have a fight like you guys did.
Oh, yeah. And the level of respect, too. Even after I was starting to turn things around in the second round, in the third round he came out, he said, come on, man, let's hug. I was like, all right, I like this guy.
Eric Mon's just a savage. Like it's an overused word in this sport, but I think it's appropriate for him.
I hit Eric Mon with a stepping in left knee to the body that when I felt it land, I was like, that's probably going to be the end of the fight. Eric just ate it, and he kept coming back with offense.
And that speaks to also those hard rounds he gets in with dudes that are literal giants.
If you're not getting hurt in training, you don't react like that when you get hurt like that in a fight underneath of the lights. Beautiful.
Sexy.
Beautiful as always. We see Eric Mon's excited for this third round. We got 2 minutes left. That second round we saw Eric really putting together most of the volume. We saw some good kicks again by Ruggles, but
it's nice to have Eric come over and seek our approval. That's what every fighter should do between
and he goes for the hug again. Tremendous show of sportsmanship by Eric.
Nice straight left, straight left right through the guard of Eric Mon, though, by Ruggles.
And we see Ruggles
and a
now.
nice front kick as well.
Eric's playing behind that cross guard pseudo Philly shell quite a bit. He's using that to get inside.
Ruggles is having more success in the opening of this third.
He is. He's able to keep Eric away from him just a little bit. We see him switching stances to southpaw a lot, using that jab.
Well, this is where Ruggles wants to be, right here in the open at his range. When he starts letting Eric put him on his back foots when he's having trouble, like here.
Yeah.
Eric, he has to work his way inside on this guy because he's a much bigger man, longer man.
Oh, and he lands a nice front kick.
That front kick he's landed several times now, and it's quick.
Mon lands a clipping left hook over the top. I think that was mostly on the headgear. A nice head kick there.
That's a kick as well. If it lands right, it'll close the show.
It will. Eric drives him back into the ropes. A little under a minute remaining here in the third round. Ruggles needs some offense. And he looks like he's tired, but he's still in the fight.
Beautiful left hook from Eric. And let's see.
Jab to the body.
Eric's going to pour on the volume to close the show here. Good counter by Ruggles, though.
Eric's tired, too, but he's keeping up the volume.
Good
jab
body
to
shot.
The body.
Oh, there's that front kick again, and Eric gets caught trying to go for a Superman punch there. Calling his opponent forward and whiffs on a left hook.
Good jabs by Eric.
Oh, a little bit after the bell for that overhand right, but great performance from both men. Ruggles looked impressive as well.
I was impressed.
Especially for his debut.
Yeah, and you can see that, like, there's even like I said, even though he's 0-1, I think we had an experience differential here. I think ultimately that was a big part of it.
That third round was close, but I think Eric took the first two.
We see the other use of the bucket here. I think.
How would you score that third round?
Third round was very close. Honestly, personally, I would have probably scored it at 10-10. 10-9 Ruggles, if forced to pick one way or the other. I think that the cleanest moments of offense were the front kicks that he landed to the head. He wasn't really able to do a lot of damage with them, though.
Well, let's go talk to our winner here. Will it be Eric Mon or will it be Mr. Ruggles?
Ladies and gentlemen, your judges have come to a decision. Judge 1 scores it 30-27. Judge 2, 30-27, and Judge 3, 29-28. For your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Eric Vaughn.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my friend and an absolute warrior, Eric Vaughn. Come on, you can do better than that. Eric, you've been on such a journey in this sport, and I heard you say something a couple days before this fight. There's no place in the world I'd rather be than in here. Talk me through how you're feeling right now.
I'm on top of the fucking world right now. All props to my opponent here. His first fight, hell of a fighter. I know he'll come back way stronger and better than that. Thank you for the making fight. You pushed me hard. I trained hard for this.
I got one question for you. Time and time again we see you in here, and it seems like you couldn't be having more fun in there. So, what makes you love it so much?
I'm not good at anything else in the world except kicking ass. It's what I was made to do. It's who I am.
So your last fight fell through. You stepped up a weight class here, fought a very tough guy in Mr. Ruggles. He made his debut, but he was super impressive. Tell me what's next for you. We talked about it. You said you don't know how much longer you've got in the sport. You're an old man. Let's just face it. So what's next?
First of all, Mr. Ruggles, I know he trains with Brandon Conley at a great gym. So even though it was his first fight, I expected exactly what he gave me. He busted me up. He made me work for it. That's what I expected. As for what's next, I'm coming for that fucking title, that 175-pound title, end of this year. As of right now, there's one man standing my way, Tyrone Kitchen. Get your shit together, boy, because I'm coming for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eric Vaughn!
Excellent work by Eric Vaughn. One of the favorites at New Line. We've seen him grow so much. I mean, Elijah and I have talked about it on previous cards, but the first time that we saw Eric Vaughn fight, he was kind of overmatched with a guy who trains out of Ryoma, and we were all like, well, I don't know if we'll see that guy again. He came back better and better and better in every fight. Very impressed with his level of skill tonight, and now you see him, he's put in so many of these hard-fought fights that he's now got that experience advantage as well to go along with his love of the sport. To be that confident and happy whenever you compete, man. I'm envious of Eric Vaughn.
I am too.
I've never enjoyed fighting.
I don't like fighting.
Even while I was fighting him, I was like, this guy wants to be in here more than I do. Thank God that I've been training a long time.
And it makes you hate him a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, he's having so much more fun than me.
I've been in wars like Eric's in every fight, and I didn't enjoy it. Like, that's the thing. That's why you got to ask him, what makes you love it so much? So here we go. You know, honestly, this might be my pick for fight of the night. Isaac Bucky versus Brody Fulks. These are two very dangerous guys.
We hear another loud pop. We've got a lot of Category 5 people in the crowd here as Brody Fulks makes his way into the cage.
We see Isaac Bucky waiting for him. He's fighting out of Athens, Ohio. He's 1-1. His kickboxing debut was in Ohio Combat League, where he scored a first-round knockout. He's planning to move to Thailand and take up Muay Thai full-time. So it's a guy who's really serious about the sport. But then stepping into the ring, we've got Brody Fulks. He's out of Category 5.
And Brody Fulks we saw at that last event, I believe, right?
Yep. And he got a first-round knockout against Cole Givens. That was a stellar performance.
With an absolutely beautiful straight right hand.
1-0 now. Looking to climb to 2-0 against a really tough opponent in Isaac Bucky.
And we see Isaac Bucky rocking the beautiful Yakao lime green shin pads.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the co-main event of the night. Fighting out of the blue corner from Athens, Ohio, weighing in 155 pounds, Isaac Bucky. Fighting out of the red corner from Hurricane, West Virginia, weighing 156.2 pounds, Brody Ford.
And it looks like we might have a little bit of a size differential here. Brody looks to be a little bit taller, maybe a little bit fuller as a 155er.
You can definitely tell he's cut some weight.
Yeah.
This is going to be a technical fight. You can already see it the way they both started. Beautiful left hook, big left hook from Brody Fulks.
And we see Brody using kind of that Dutch style of tie versus the more traditional style, where we see that marching forward, a couple nice low kicks landed there. He started to try to check that one, but I don't believe he got the shin there in time. Bucky playing with that.
You definitely see that tie style from Bucky, that really light lead leg.
Yep, right lead leg, a lot of good hard kicks from the rear leg. Good composure there. Slip from Brody.
And Brody's looking to land his hands. Big, hard shots. You see that kicking style of Bucky. Beautiful straight right through the guard of Isaac Bucky by Brody Fulks. And he's pouring it on now. He smells blood. But Bucky doesn't look hurt.
No, I don't think Bucky was hurt in that. I think Brody was a little bit premature in trying to go after him. But you see the classic strategy for the boxing heavy style guy versus a Dutch style fighter is a lot of forward pressure and punching pressure.
And you know, you look back into kickboxing history, and that's how the first guys that went over to Thailand started to beat the Thais.
Yeah,
with good boxing.
Rob Kamen, Ramon Deckers, those kind of guys, yeah. But Bucky's staying very much in this fight. But he's got to avoid this. He's got to avoid getting back up in the corners.
I'd like to see him use that clinch more, just like that. But you see it's kind of Fulks that took control there in that clinch.
And that's part of the thing with that light on the front foot style is you end up heavy on the back foot and you can be driven backwards with long combinations of punches. But he's beautiful kicking technique that he's showing here.
I'd like to see Bucky maybe throw some knees up the middle when he gets rushed. That went low, it looked like. I don't know, though.
I couldn't tell if it was low or if it landed on the hip bone, but it caught him coming in.
Let's take a look at that last kick. Let's see where it landed. That was a great first round, though, from both men. Hard one to score. I think Fulks may have edged it.
And I don't even necessarily know that he landed that many more clean punches, but he just had so much more volume.
Well, that went low, it looked like. I don't know, though. Like, how much stock should go in
the hip bone
to Bucky's low? Let's take a look at that. He outlanded him there, and he landed some nice ones. Let's see. Yeah, that went low. It looked like. I don't know, though.
I couldn't tell if it was low or if it landed on the hip bone, but it caught him coming in.
Let's take a look at that last kick.
This has turned into a very, very interesting clash.
That went low. It looked like. I don't know, though. Looking at this card, I expected this to be fight of the night. So far, it's delivering to be one of the most technical fights of the night. You know, it's going to be hard, though, as far as fight of the night goes. It's going to be hard to top Ben Rose versus Dominic Baker.
We see Isaac Bucky nice and relaxed in the corner, taking some deep breaths, getting some coaching advice.
I think, though, these two are two of the most technical guys we've seen by far, maybe other than Wimberly Cook.
I would agree. And Wimberly had not quite as technical of an opponent to
This is an
showcase that
excellent matchup here.
This is a very high-level competitive fight.
Two
here.
clashing styles, too.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments get made by both men. I'd like to see Isaac try to stay off of that back foot a little bit, not get driven back into the rope so much, where he can showcase more of those good, clean, straight tie strikes. We see he's trying to address that, I believe, with the front kick.
I like the feint of the low kick there from Bucky. And he bid on it. Jumping knee to the chest from Bucky. And Brody answered the right hook, charges forward.
Brody throws a nice hard head kick, but Bucky was able to block it. Buddy was able to get driven backwards in that exchange as well a little bit, though. Bucky with some beautiful footwork and leg kicks. Now he's kind of dancing Brody around a bit, using a little bit more forward pressure, fighting off the back foot a little bit less this round.
And you see now here comes Brody Fulks.
He landed a right hook at the end of that exchange too, but Isaac looks unfazed.
Isaac did a good job cutting an angle there, getting out of the corner.
crowd getting behind Brody Folks. He catches that body kick.
And lands a right hand.
Oh, and then spins him with the collar tie and into a combination.
Bucky's doing a great job covering up. Not all of these are getting through. But when they do, Folks has big power.
And that leaves a big impression on the judges. See Isaac trying to set up that switch kick a little bit. That was a nice check by Brody on that leg kick. Oh, and he went switch to the opposite leg.
Brody Folks leaves his chin in the air a little too much for my liking.
He seems to be bringing it down when he's in tight a little bit, but yeah, out here at space. Definitely more of that American style. Almost like a hybrid.
Nice
with the
overhand right. And Folks is just bullying him here, keeping him on that back foot and throwing big shots.
Good fake low, and then re-chambers and throws the head kick. But
I'd like to see Bucky a little more active with that jab.
He's doing a good job covering up and not getting hurt here, but I believe he's losing these rounds on volume. Yeah, I think part of that might be that little bit of a physicality difference we see.
It's great defensive work, though, from Bucky. I don't think he's been hurt in this fight. He's just getting overwhelmed.
I got the aggressive back slap.
Yeah, Colin Capri just slapped Eric Mon. There's probably still bad blood from that fight, I guess.
I got to hurt him somehow. Elijah, how do you see the judges' scorecards going into this?
I think that second round was a lot more clear-cut for Folks. First round, I would honestly say they'll give to Folks. But Bucky, throughout the fight, he's been really defensively sound. He's landing really good low kicks.
This is a very tough fight to judge.
It all depends on whether judges put more stock in low kicks or punches.
Yeah, especially when we see a lot of those punches. There were some good right hands there that he did get through, but the majority of the punches
were blocked.
Was able to block with that classic Thai style of classic high shell block.
In my experience with regional judging, though, usually the guy that's putting you on your back foot, throwing more volume, the judges see him as winning it. So I'm thinking they're going to look at Folks like he's up in this fight. I think that Bucky needs to do something big here in the third.
I would agree. And I think he knows that.
Foot gets caught in the ropes a little bit there, but nothing bad came out of it. Nice low kick from Folks.
Rear high kick, but it was off the shoulders. A nice right hand with a leg kick behind it. Good teep to the body, but he's back on the back foot again, and here finds himself in the corner again. Another good teep.
They're just trading kicks here. Now big right hand from Folks.
There was a good right hand there from the corner by Isaac, though.
Tight, straight right hand from Isaac.
But he's getting driven around on his back foot, and has another right hand he landed off against the ropes.
And that's where he's beating Folks, with tight punches compared to looping ones in this third round.
And then he puts together some punches up high to get the guard up and then into a leg kick again. Good defensive guard again, but again we see him getting kind of bullied around the ring here a bit. Now that was a nice tight right knee to the body from the plum.
This is good technical kickboxing from both men.
Good straight right hand by Brody. Those punches seem to get through a little bit.
Brody Folks is taking over here, and he takes a knee. This is a huge stamp on this fight.
I would agree. He had that nice right hand and a left hook behind it, put some volume on him.
And the crowd is going bananas here, chanting, Brody. They know their fighter is coming close to that win, looking to go 2-0 here. Brody Folks pours it on with 3 seconds left, and that's it, folks. Excellent performance. He took charge in that third round.
Yeah, that was a beautiful performance. He was able to utilize his physicality, I think, pulling him around a little bit. Nice punches. He dealt well with the kicks. You saw him make an adjustment where he was a little bit late on the draw after checking the first few, but then he started to check them more as the fight wore on.
Definitely the most technical battle of the night. And I think Brody Fulks had to dig real deep there.
I would agree. Crowd very happy with that. They think their guy's forthcoming with the win.
I'll go speak with Mr. Fulks. It's looking like.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, your judges have come to a decision. All 3 judges have it as a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Brody Fulks. My friend, absolutely beautiful performance in one of the most technical fights of the night, and a very game opponent. He was super defensively sound, had really good low kicks. Your hands were the story of this fight, though, that Dutch kickboxing style versus that Thai style. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be tough. He comes with that Muay Thai. He's got good kicks. He's got good cardio. We went all 3 rounds. I knew it'd be tough. I knew it'd be a war, but I'm glad I got it done.
Now, the first 2 rounds, I think you did enough, but it was kind of close. That third one, though, you took over and really put a stamp on it. Talk us through how you were feeling when you were pouring it on over in the corner here.
I didn't want to leave any doubt. I wanted to make sure that they knew that I won.
You climbed to 2-0 now. Stellar performances so far. What's next?
Whoever wants it next.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a dangerous man, Brody Fulks.
Thank you to my team. I love you all, brothers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my I love you all.
We got the crowd getting behind Brody Fulks here. Beautiful performance. Looking forward to whatever comes next from both of these gentlemen. Definitely lived up to the status of the co-main event. Both of those gentlemen look very skilled, talented. Looking forward to bright futures from both of them. There's a lot of interesting matchups in that lightweight kickboxing division, too.
Really are. Bobby Johnson has got a plethora of young men to test his old man strength against.
He does, and also Bobby's making that shift to 145 for this next fight against Joe Eggleston.
You know, I heard tale of that, and I like that weight class for him.
Yeah,
but I do know he had a tough cut to 155. I'd say he's had to make a lot of changes to get there.
Yeah, he's really brought his weight down with his diet. We've been working with him for that. We're very good at cutting weight, to put it that way.
Here we are. We've reached the main event of the evening, and we have a dude that looks exactly like Sean Strickland walking around our ring. I don't understand it. Is that Sean Strickland?
Sean Strickland with a bit of a beard.
No, that's Tyler Householder. An easy mistake to make, though. And Tyler Householder is a very dangerous up-and-coming prospect. He's a guy training right out of here, Ashland, Kentucky, out of Power Systems. And he stopped his first opponent with low kicks. So that's something you don't see very often. You know, he's 6'4", high-level athlete before he got into the sport. Yeah. Just jumping into it.
Was he a college wrestler? Is that what it was?
Football player.
Football, yeah.
And he's very hungry. The guy, you can tell he's got a confidence that a high-level athlete like that usually has.
Yeah, and there's a level of discipline and an understanding of what you need to do to get good at things that comes from some other discipline like that.
Standing across the ring from him is a very tough dude. Dakota Begley, Fat Thor. We've been seeing a lot of him lately. And as of right now, he's 1-0 in kickboxing. But we've seen him in MMA. We've seen the power in his hands. We just saw him in Ashland a month ago against William Honecker, and he put him away early.
He made him pay for a kind of a cheap shot after the glove touch, too.
That's what he's looking to do tonight. I talked to Lee Spurgeon, his coach, talked to him. He said, you know, we're not worried about the low kicks because I'm going to be in his face the whole time.
That's a good, it's not a bad strategy. We saw that in that last fight.
First, fighting out of the blue corner from Gallipolis, Ohio, fighting out Power Systems Muay Thai. He's a former college football player, Tyler Householder. Fighting out of the red corner from Hyden, Kentucky. Fighting out of Ascend Boxing. He's known as Fat Thor. He's losing weight, so now he's regular Thor. Dakota Begley.
Look like he's lost a ton of weight. He's in great shape. He looks strong.
He looks even better shape than when we saw him a month ago, which is impressive.
Well, I've heard he's been training like a madman. Can't keep him out of the gym. There's that big low kick, but you see Begley right in his face. Eating knees to the arms, though. Those are big knees.
One of those snuck through, but didn't seem to face Begley.
Even eating those to the forearms is not good for you.
It hurts. It's gonna hurt tomorrow too.
Those are the type of knees that'll break your arm. He doesn't want to hang out in that clinch.
And we can see that that's one of the things he's probably trying to work to deal with that forward pressure, right? They expect forward pressure and an onslaught of punches.
Yeah, that was excellent work from Householder.
Get to that plum clinch, tie him up, and start doing work to the body. It'll be interesting to see.
And, you know, his coach out of Power Systems, don't know too much about the gym, but I heard he used to be at a big camp out west. You know, like I'm not sure which team, Alpha Male, AK, but one of those level gyms. So he's had a lot of high-level experience as a coach. You can see it here with Tyler Householder. Big right hand.
Straight right hand after a teep. He used the teep to keep some distance that time. Now you see him, he's using that as well.
Begley having a tough time getting inside, but here he is. He's in his face, landed some hooks. And now Householder shoved him away, got back to that distance he wants. Begley looking a little flustered here. I think that headgear's kind of getting to him as well.
And he's reacting to the offense, kind of bending over at the waist a little bit. Not a great look. See if he can compose himself a bit here.
He loaded up on that right hand counter.
And we saw Householder go right back to the
That was a big one, though, from Fat Thor. Something happened there. He lost balance, it looks like.
Yeah, he lost.
And that headgear again.
Yeah, we saw him kind of trip it with the plum. Matt Jones goes over to fix the headgear here.
And he's getting frustrated with it.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again.
Now it's over top of his beard. He asked Matt Jones to try to put it behind that magnificent beard. Let's just lace it up in there.
I think they need to start gluing them on.
Yeah, weld them on. And it's over top of the beard. Honestly, I expect to see that happen again, as we're going to see a lot of double collar ties in this. Straight right hand from Householder.
Both guys missed there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
Looks like he might be pointing at his leg.
Something's going on with Dakota Begley's foot.
Matt Jones stops the contest.
And we see Householder say, what the fuck? But there's clearly been an injury here. Dakota Begley, tough dude. Something's happened here.
And to be honest, there might have been something going on with that on that previous exchange as well. Right hand from
Let's see.
Householder.
Let's take guys missed there. Whoa, whoa, he missed whoa.
the
angle there.
Coming back up again here on
It looks like Dakota Begley's foot.
Straight right hand.
Though.
And
both guys missed there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
It looks like right hand from Householder.
Both guys missed there. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Walker's addressing his big toe here. It looks like he might have.
And a strange finish to what was turning out to be a great fight.
Yeah. About a minute and a half into round one. Would have been interesting to see if Begley could have made some adjustments and try to stay in.
Let's see if I can see what happened here.
dislocated?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. It's a technical knockout due to injury. Fighting out of the blue corner, Tyler Householder.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for top guy, Tyler Householder. I talked to Dakota Begley real quick, talked about that injury. This was about to be a great fight. All right, gotta find our lens, man. So, that was going to be a great fight. You guys were going to war. Clash of styles. Tell me what happened in the end.
Well, I mean, I used to put an arm in the fight. I feel like I was doing pretty hard myself. But I found one of these creases in this man. I felt my toe was going completely out of spot. So I'm not a real kickboxer. I'm a boxer. So then I was right here to rest up my footing more than it is. I box. I'm a kickbox.
Hell of a performance so from you. You got hand in hand. I can't wait to see you back, my friend. Let's talk to the winner here. Mr. Householder. How's it feeling? You're doing it now. Tough guy here. Weird ending. But man, you're going to have a lot of success early on those low kicks. Your clinch work. Talk us through it.
Honestly, man, I don't have much to say. Short ending of the fight. Come witness me.
I have one last question. Are you Sean Strickland?
I'm Sean Strickland. We saw them out at the same time. Fuckers. Yeah, thanks for coming out.